Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 22nd of June, 2025. Spooky. And it is spooky, friends, because it's been a weird week of weather. It's been hot. It's been hot, friends. It's been hot for the UK. And I have had to bust out the real hot weather fragrances until today, when it's been pouring down. It's become very humid over the last 36 hours, you know. But this week has afforded me the chance to bust out the hot weather stuff. So let me show you what I have been doing. On Monday, I wore a fragrance that I have worn a lot of in the past, but not so much recently. And that is Loewe's Homme. To give you context, that is a 180ml bottle. It is a big unit. They did these. This is like the old shape bottle, the old style. And the fragrance was different too. This is a big lavender heavy oak moss, lemon, vintage, almost fougere. It doesn't have any kind of patchouli in it. As such, it's more of a chypre. It has lemon, a lot of lemon at the top, but it's a good lemon. It's not this kind of astringent, bleachy kind of lemon. It's bitter. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. It's bitter, but it's also a little bit sweet, and it's very clean, but again, not astringent. Burns off, and then there's a huge lavender, which is also very, very clean, almost laundry detergent. It's dry, which I like about it because you can wear it in the humidity. It's very clean and dry. It's kind of fresh out of the tumble dryer kind of thing. It's got that dryer sheet kind of thing going on. A little bit of vetiver in here, geranium too. Really good fragrance, really good performance actually, even on these newer old bottles. I've got a really, really old bottle, which again smells quite different. This is the Homme. There was a Para Hombra, which is Spanish for Homme, and that's the original version, in that the citruses are much more like the citruses in Eau de Hermes. But maybe I'll do a comparison of Eau de Hermes and Loewe Para Hombra one day. Anyway, next up, on Tuesday, it was still hot. It was extremely hot. Too hot for me. And so I wore Escal en Haiti. I wore Escal en Haiti, not Escal en Indonesia. This is the vetiver one. The vetiver one from Les Indemodables Cologne line. This has pink pepper and lots of vetiver. Little bit of something warm in the base too. You know, possibly like a tonka sort of thing, or a resin. I can't remember, but there is something that gives this a little bit of warmth. Yeah, the vetiver it's so round and green and a little bit spiky, you know, fresh, clean again. People say that they don't get very good performance from it. I actually get really good performance for something that's supposed to be an eau de cologne. You know, I get like 4 to 6 hours out of it, which I think is really good. And I can smell it almost all the time that it's on. So I really like that about it. It's very good. As you can see, I've given this a proper hiding. I haven't actually worn that many times. It's just when I do wear it, I reapply it like 3 or 4 times a day and just throw it on. The price point is such that you can do that. It's like 120 quid for 100 ml, and you don't get that. You don't get this kind of quality for that kind of price anymore. You can find it. You can find it in the UK at Saint Celia, or you can find it on the Les Indomptables website. And if there's ever a deal on, you know, you're getting even more for your money, you know? So that's Escala in Haiti. It's a lot of fragrance for the money, that. Okay, next up, Wednesday. On Wednesday, I wore something a bit different. I wore this. This is Incense Kyoto. Incense Kyoto is cypress and incense from Comme des Garçons' famous Series 3, the incense line. This line also contains Avignon and Zagorsk, Jai Salama, and Ouazzazate. I've probably mispronounced that, but not to worry. Famously made by Mr. Duchefort. The line came out in 2002. This is green. It's a little bit woody. There's vetiver, there's cedar, but it's mainly cypress and incense, you know. Absolutely fantastic fragrance. The whole line is fantastic. The fact it came from a designer is, shows where we're at as far as fragrances being released now is concerned, you know. Performance is really good. I get like 7 hours out of this, 7 or 8 hours. Usually respray it after about 5 or 6. So I get that like really thick performance all day, you know. So really good fragrance. I wish they did them in bigger bottles, but I do like those bottles because they're almost like, I'm going to say something stupid, they're like handheld, they're small enough that they just fit in your hand. Or like if you had a bag or a pocket or something and you wanted to like respray, they're very sleek, you know. Anyway, on Thursday, I wore Rose de Jamal by Les Indomptables, second Les Indomptables of the week. But what was remarkable about this is that I used the X-Ray with it. I used the X-Ray too. And it was very interesting. I was getting wafts of this all day. It was fantastic. But I put the X-Ray on my chest and on my arms as well. And all day, it would just come up. When you use these two in conjunction with each other, something extra happens. I need to wear it more often to see... to see what the whole experience like, so that I can put it into words and put it out there and explain it. But I might do that once I've done it with the 3. There's Orange Sirocco and Vanille Havana Extra too. So once I've got more experience with doing that, I'll be able to come back and give like a real update on what it's like wearing the roll-on Extra Absolute with the Eau de Parfum. See how it goes. Okay, next up, Friday. Friday was hot. Hot. Too hot. And so I wore this, one of my very favourites. This is a 250ml Cologne Royale by Christian Dior. I really like this. I love this actually. And I think one of the reasons I love it is actually the bottle and the sprayer. Because of the nature of the fragrance, it's really quite light and breezy, and you cannot over apply this. You can put 10 to 15 sprays and it just feels good. You know, it's very satisfying to apply this fragrance, you know. 10 to 15 sprays, it cannot overpower. It's not that kind of fragrance. Spray it on my arms, spray it on the back of my neck, on my chest, on your back, wherever you like, really, you know. But you can see the damage I've done to this as far as usage is concerned. I've had this for, God, 8 years, 9 years now. It was the first one I bought from the line. If I had known then what I knew now, I would have probably backed this up, because this is a very easy wear, especially when it's hot. And it's rarely hot where I live. And when it is hot, it's not hot for very long, you know. And this is perfect for it. Really good performance for this type of fragrance. Little bit of white floral, a little bit of almost nondescript. I would call it a bergamusk, but it's not so much bergamot as it is like a mandarin, bergamot, lemon, tangerine kind of melange, you know, like a fruit salad type of thing. Imagine wafts of fruit salad, and then, but like nondescript, you couldn't pick any out, and then like an aquatic kind of cologne thing, and then like a white mud, like a fresh white mud. It's really good. It's really, really good. Wildly overpriced now that it's been discontinued. They brought back Cologne Blanche, which flopped hard for like the second or third time. Cologne Royale, whilst not being one of the great fragrances ever released, is fantastic for what it is. And it was a really good price. You used to be able to get 250ml for like 215 quid. It's a lot of fragrance for the money. Okay, next up. Yesterday I wore another hot weather fragrance, and this one I have just added to the collection, and this is Pelargonium by Aedes de Venustus. When I say I've just added it, I added it late last year or earlier this year, I think. This bottle has a leaky sprayer, and as such, the label is a bit discombobulated, you know. It doesn't know who or what it is. It's in a process of transition at the minute. Because the alcohol's been down and affected it, but not to worry. This is a massive sage, geranium, clean, slightly peppery, citric, elamy kind of thing, but it's perfect for the hot weather. It's got lasting power. And it retains that sparkle throughout the fragrance. But it never gets too heavy again. It's a really, really, I would say underrated, but nobody ever talks about it. When was the last time you saw somebody do a video about this fragrance? It just doesn't happen. This house is actually quite good. I would try the samples if you can. I got them and I really enjoyed them. This is one of the ones that I bought. I found a website called FR Moda or Framoda, FRMODA in Italy, and they have them discounted, and sometimes they have a sale on, and you can get another like 10 or 20% off. They do towers discounted as well, which is fantastic. But that's Pelargonium by Aedes de Venustus. And today, my scent of the day is a classic, friends. I can tell you, let me add some on. This is a vintage classic that everyone loves, apparently. And this is Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. This is the 1994 version, the original. Would you believe the latest version of this is actually very, very, very good. Very good. It's probably the closest to the original that there has been since the original was reformulated. I would buy the one that's in the shops at the minute. Not from the shops, obviously, because it's well overpriced, but online you can get the latest version at a really good price. This is a big lavender citrus top. So you've got bergamot, mandarin at the top, and then you've got a big lavender sage thing going on in the middle. In the base is famously a tobacco sort of thing, and tonka bean as well, which is sometimes used to flavour and scent tobacco. It's got performance. It's a really good fragrance, this. It seems to have been at that level ever since I got this bottle, you know? The never-ending bottle. We all wish we could have one of them. Anyway, this has been my fragrance rotation, friends. Thank you very much for watching. See you.